Last time, on Shauna Colum's channel.
Man, it really went from Genshin would never to now Genshin will never.
And don't get me started on the fact that neither of the Hoyo games got a guaranteed weapon banner to this day. Also, capturing Radiance don't really do shit I feel like till 3 50-50 losses in a row, since it triggered when I pulled my Huika. But then I lost to the small ice gremlin that Hu Tao need to hurry up and bury at this point, on Citlali banner. So I decided to use my guarantee on Arlecchino, since I had a feeling that she'll be really useful for me in the future, and also there's no telling when she getting her next rerun. But oh my fucking goodness, when I pulled on Veressa banner, I ended up losing my 6th 50-50 in a row to C3 Mona. I didn't even know that shit was possible. I ain't really tripping that much though, since she ain't that much of a game changer compared to Casteris from Star Rail. Plus I got C3 Eonson along the way, so I decided to save my guarantee for a better character and come back to Veressa banner if she's still good by then.
Damn. I'm really sorry that happened to Mari. I hope Dawei didn't actually rig your account for punishing him.
If that's actually the price him and Olorun pay, then I'm not even surprised by the slightest.
Huh? How the hell did this ugly demonic motherfucker find this server? I know exactly who you are since Ermias and I both came across you in Smite. Ravan, the Demon King of Lanka.
We have our own ways, but you don't need to worry about that for now, little girl.
I'm actually 18 years old for your information, so I'm pretty much considered as an adult.
Wait, really? It was hard for me to tell since you look and sound more like a freshman in high school or some shit.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Amaterasu warned me that you would act like this to get under people's skin.
So you must be her avatar Atsuko that Calvin told me about when you encountered him alongside that moon avatar friend of yours. But that's a story for another day.
Ugh, what the hell do you want this time, you ugly motherfucker?
Well, damn, it's like that? Avatar of Ororon? I noticed that you all were talking about the Genshin 5.6 special program, and I decided to randomly stop by.
Well, first off, it looks like you showed up late since we were just wrapping up. And also, disrespecting my god like that is starting to get old quick, since Ororon actually has a different meaning.
Also, if you must know, the full word is actually Ororongo, which means hear and audio in Maori. Now I advise you to do us all a favor and leave my friend's server now, demon.
Judging by the name, this must be your server, Rosella the Avatar of Sibalanke.
Huh? How the fuck do you know I'm his avatar? I haven't even said anything yet.
I have eyes around the city if you must know, Rosella. I've been observing you for a while and you seem like a worthy enough opponent. I'm assuming an introduction ain't needed since a lot of y'all have heard of me by now.
Yeah! How can we forget you after the shit you pulled in Oakland 2 years ago?
You're the reason why Kana turned against me and Hikari. And let me guess, she's also with you in China, isn't she?
That question will be up to Amari and Rosella's group to find out one day.
And also you and your squad murdered me and Amari's family sometime afterwards. No wonder Robin chose your bitch ass to be his avatar. You're just as wicked and heartless like him.
I see exactly what you mean when you say that she's Eonson from Timu, Calvin.
I know, right? They even talk the same. And don't get me started on her friend Veressa, who's also part of the bundle from Temu, who I've been randomly seeing around on TikTok recently.
Oh, I know this nigga isn't talking. The same can be applied to you since you're basically a black, evil version of Xiao from Disney Minus. Matter of fact, you're part of the dark memories he sees when he puts on his mask.
Yo, what the fuck? I didn't know she could cuss like that. Has the voice actor situation really gotten people crashing out this bad? And don't get me started on you, ZUA, since you look like a bootlegged combination of Kiana and Acheron from Star Rail.
Is roasting and manipulating really all you're good for? You must have a really sad life, mate. Like, honestly, I can't imagine what it would be like to live like a barbarian who feeds off of bad energy.
You care to explain to me who the fuck your fake-ass Sirmia from Epic 7 that nobody really plays even is?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Great Value Xiao. My name is Mahana, but everyone calls me Hannah. I happen to be the avatar of Mahuika, the Maori god of fire.
Huh? As in the Pyro Archon? She actually exists?
Surprisingly to you, she does, since the Maori culture is how the Genshin version based her off of.
Well, if it ain't Sibalanke, the fraud Mayan god of fire, Hoyo had an opportunity to make you a playable character. and yet they refused and made you come back for a day as a weak child as a shitty excuse not to make a legit model for you. I'm surprised that you haven't taken action like Amari and Olorun did. Me, personally, I would have burned down the Hoyoverse headquarters if I were you. But instead, you and your kind and harmless-looking avatar that you chose decided to do nothing and let them treat you like shit.
Ha 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 ha! You wouldn't even qualify to be a Smite character, since there is already a god who shares the same exact name as you that is based on the moon. So that spot would instead go to Toil, which is a name you should be the most familiar with out of everyone here, since he was the true Mayan god of fire. If you ask me, I don't think even he would let that type of dishonor towards his name slide.
Citlali, don't fall for their dirty tricks. They're trying to instigate you into betraying everything Olivia and I fought for.
That was a good try, I'ma give y'all that. But you motherfuckers gotta be as slow as Karina if y'all actually thought you were gonna manipulate me. I happen to be good friends with Olorun and Goku, and they told me a lot about the two of y'all.
Listen here, Calvin and Ravon. Citlali is more than just my god. He's also one of my awesome and hilarious best friends who I deeply cherish.
Also, her rare kindness has made a huge impact towards a lot of her friends and family, including the people from my town El Condor the last time she visited, since they still miss her to this day and always ask me when we can plan her next visit. And by the way, Calvin, you should know not to underestimate Rosella at this point, since behind that sweet and harmless look, as you mentioned, she overcame a lot of hardships and tough battles to get to where she is today.
And those words are the reason why he chose me. I'm not familiar with the previous Mayan god of fire, but regardless of what the two of you think, Citlali is loved and honored by everyone from his town.
You mean the few hundred people that are living there?
You really wasted an emotional speech just for that? Does anyone else in your culture even know who you are, my nigga?
Well, to answer your question, Xiao from Wish, there are actually a good amount of people that do. For example, my god Yumka, the lord of the forest, and Levina's god Chalk, the god of rain, who I know you're the most familiar with, Ravan, are really good friends with Citlali.
I haven't met your god before, Adam, but you just named another Mayan deity that would make it as a playable Smite character over this fraud.
Oh, so this is what it's like to be Linyan.
As in the Wuthering Waves character? I think you must have reversed the name by mistake, since it's pronounced Yinlin Rosella.
Actually, Ravan, she's referring to Linyan, the Crimson Butterfly Swordsman. To make a long story short, he's basically a gender-bent flea market version of Hu Tao. And believe it or not, that's the exact reason why Da Wei rejected him in the first place. I'm not able to invade his Discord server again, cause that silver-haired midget banned me from joining them.
Which happened to be for a good reason, since Olivia and I were also there.
Speaking of which, how come she ain't with you today, Olomari?
That's a good question, Mahavir. The reason is because that's none of your fucking business.
If you must know, Olivia couldn't make it since her and Brandon, who is another name you should be familiar with, went to celebrate a family member's birthday party, which happened to be for the best since I know that she doesn't want to put up with your bullshit. And neither do me and Amari. Look, I don't appreciate you two pendejos disrespecting my god and pretty much everyone here.
Damn, this is a side we rarely see from her.
I hate to break it to you, Calvin and Ravana, or however the fuck you say your name, but I think you two bitch-ass niggas picked roses in the wrong garden.
First off, was that supposed to be a corny way of saying poke the bear like that nigga Dylan Bricks did to LeBron in the NBA playoffs 2 years ago? I'm surprised he didn't get sent to China where he can poke all the panda bears he wants. Well, unless he comes across Xiangling's panda who you really don't want to fuck with.
Damn, nigga. You still salty about your Timberwolves losing to the Grizzlies in the first round 3 years ago?
Not even by the slightest, since I know that the Wolves are gonna whoop the washed Santa Cruz Warriors and make it back to the conference finals after we beat the weak-ass Lakers, who are getting whooped belt to fucking ass even with Luka's non-existent defense playing ass on the team since they still don't got tall centers.
I can tell you're an Anthony Edwards fan since you're also from Atlanta.
Also, that's not even how you pronounce my name, you sad black bitch. That's something this mortal with no talent who people claim to be the glitch in the Matrix named Flight reacts, and the so-called demigod that goes by the name of Soluminati, who spreads false information, would say,
First off, So actually tells the truth. Also, you should watch what you say before he comes back and makes a must-be-stopped video on the two of you niggas.
By the way, I have a question, Calvin. As a black man yourself, are you really okay with Robin saying this?
Well, if you must know off-brand Kiana, I cut ties with my African heritage a long time ago, so it doesn't really faze me that much. And Zibalanke? I forgot to mention this earlier, but you remind me of Furina from the Archon quest, since she was also a fake god.
Oh, hell fucking no. Ahora lo habéis conseguido, cabrones.
You know what? I can't stand the two of you ruining the good vibes for everyone anymore. As my good friend who I just met today named Hannah said earlier, Salid de mi servidor de Discord, malditos demonios.
Well, damn. Rosella turned into you for a bit, Shibalanke.
Yeah, it's just as he mentioned earlier. She may look completely harmless on the outside to others, but you really don't want to mess with her or the people that she cherishes. By the way, how are you feeling, Rosella?
Oh, I'm fine. You don't need to worry, my dear friend. But I can't tolerate people who come to my server just to spread negativity. I'm surprised Linyan and Clara are both able to manage this a lot better.
By the way, I have a friend who's a hacker with a skill that rivals Silver Wolf that can help moderate your server, Rosella.
Oh, I would really appreciate it, Ziyue. If it's possible, that person should also help the others.
Great! I'll let him know to join whenever you have your next Discord session.
Oh shit! We got distracted with the evil instigators that we forgot to mention that the second half will have the Inazuma Chronicle banner. All I can say is that majority of the characters are either mid or outdated. But Kazuha is the best character to pull on there for those of y'all that don't have him. But your pity is separated from the character banners, which really sucks, since Star Rail's special rerun banner has it to where it carries over towards whichever banner you choose to pull on.
By the way, I just noticed that the video is getting way too long, so I should end it here as quick as possible.
Yeah, I know Sean is gonna have a tough time putting everything together. He probably gonna have to split this into 3 different videos, which are all long as shit for this TikTok generation with shitty attention spans.
You're right, Amari. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the first segment of the Garden of Roses, don't forget to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe for more of our content in the future.
Aside from the barbarians that intruded just now, I had a really fun time in your server today, Rosella. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the future has in store for us as a group. Anyways, would you guys be down to run some Marvel Rivals?
I just got a text from Hikari that something came up between Ignacio and his brother. She also asked Atsuko and Adam to help.
As much as I would love to stay for a while, Miyuji just texted me that she and her friends need a ride home since one of her friends' car broke down. But hopefully the both of us can join together the next time we have this session. Anyways, I really don't want to hold up the video even more, so until then, may our paths cross again.